Hello and welcome! What's going on, everybody? This is Sarud, and I am continuing on with my Elder Scrolls Online walkthrough. I have not posted anything in this series in a little while, and it is because I went and got Emperor, and I'm going to do a completely separate video on just my Emperorship. So I hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like and subscribe and comment if you do, and hit that little notification bell because it really does help. So as you can see, we have our beautiful new little Emperor costume that is... It is probably my favorite costume that you can get in the game. That's why I like to go get it. And I got it in the Under 50 campaign. So I would like to thank all of the Daggerfall Covenant people that play in the Under 50 campaign for helping me get this nice little achievement. As you can see, the costume itself is like... It's pretty sweet looking in my opinion. I really do like it. And also you get the former Emperor title as well. So anyways, without further ado, we're going to get back into the walkthrough portion of this video series. And we are going to go and find the Harborage and talk to the Prophet. So let's head on over to the Harborage and talk to the Prophet. So... Once the Prophet was a man of vigor and strength, some harrowing experience. I should have read that a little sooner, I guess. Kind of brain farted. I didn't expect that to actually last that long as well. The Prophet's little area here is...
I hear familiar footfalls. Come closer, Vestige. Welcome to the Harborage, Vestige. This is as comfortable a home as an old dried-up husk like myself could hope for.
Yeah, it's pretty dingy. How did you find it?
Despite my blindness, nay, because of it, my other senses seem to have heightened. This place had the right smell about it.
When you first appeared to me in Coldharbour, you spoke of my destiny.
Indeed, but let us not get ahead of ourselves. Without an understanding of where we are bound, every road will get us nowhere. Before we truly understand our destination, we must speak of the past.
A history lesson?
Of a sort. I invite you to enter my mind and walk with me through visions of the past, that you might understand the events that brought us to this time, this moment. Enter my mind, Vestige, and walk with me through the shadows of past events.
Enter your mind, huh? That's kinda...
Follow me, Vestige, and learn of the events that precipitated our current crisis. My part in the story began when I awoke on the steps of the Abbey of the Moth Priests, with no memory of my prior life. The Moth Priests took pity upon me and brought me into their fold. I was weak and near death. It was there I first set eyes upon the Elder Scrolls and devoted my life to their study. The scrolls allowed me to glimpse the very fabric of reality, but each profound insight dimmed my vision and eventually left me permanently blinded to the light of the world. The prophecies of the Elder Scrolls are a fluid, living thing. They are not fixed. At many points throughout history, the actions of heroic mortals have rewritten them.
What does that have to do with me?
I only know that you are important, Vestige. The scrolls reveal to me that your destiny is intertwined with that of the Five Companions.
Who are the five companions?
The five companions were a band of adventurers who sought out an ancient artifact called the Amulet of Kings. They hoped to use this artifact to persuade Akatosh, the dragon god, to accept their leader as one of the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn are mortals destined for greatness, with the blood of the dragons in their veins. It is said that only a true Dragonborn can ignite the eternal dragon fires in the Imperial City.
And who was this leader?
Baron Aquilarius, the son of Colobian Duke, who led a rebellion against the Emperor Leovic and took the crown himself. Alas, Varen was not truly a Dragonborn, as those who sit upon the ruby throne must be, in accordance with tradition.
Go on.
You have already heard enough babbling from this old blind fool. It is time you met the five companions yourself and witnessed their fate. The first companion, Lyris Titanborn, daughter of giants, was the mightiest warrior in the service of the Emperor. Next, Abner Tharn, a powerful sorcerer and Grand Chancellor to the Imperial Elder Council. The Red Guard Swordmaster, Sai Sahan, leader of the Imperial Dragon Guard. The Imperial Emperor, Baron Aquilarius, who attempted to light the dragon fires and failed. And finally, Manamako, the traitor, the King of Worms, a powerful necromancer, and your executioner. These were the five companions who set out from the Imperial City on an epic quest to recover the lost Amulet of Kings.
How could the Amulet of Kings turn Varen into one of the Dragonborn?
Manamako convinced Varen that the amulet could be used to perform a ritual that would rekindle the dragon fires. He claimed this would please Akatosh and entice him to adopt Varen as one of the Dragonborn.
Why did Varen want to be Dragonborn?
By tradition, only the Dragonborn can lay claim to the Ruby Throne and rule as the one true Emperor by divine right. Varen conquered Cyrodiil and took the throne, but unless he became Dragonborn, he feared he'd always be thought of as a pretender.
Tell me about the other companions.
Each of the five companions were chosen for their skill and courage, and each was given a special role to perform in the party. Who would you like to know more about?
Tell me about Lyris Titanborn.
You've already met Lyris. She's a Nord warrior from the frozen lands of Skyrim to the north, and it is said that her family lineage contains the blood of giants. Varen chose her for her strength and her loyalty to be his personal bodyguard.
Tell me about Sai Sahan.
Sai Sahan came from a long line of Red Guard Swordmaster nobles. He was the leader of the Dragon Guard, the security detail of Varen and the Elder Council. While Lyris was Varen's bodyguard, Sai was charged with protecting the entire group.
Okay, tell me about Abner Tharn.
The Tharns are one of the most influential families in Cyrodiil. Abner, their patriarch, is the leader of the Elder Council, a powerful battle mage and a shrewd politician. With his council, Varen was able to seize the Imperial throne years before.
I heard enough about these three. What about Manamako?
Manamako the traitor, the great enemy, the most powerful necromancer this world has ever known. His worm cult infiltrates and corrupts every corner of Tamriel. It was he who convinced Varen to perform the ritual you are about to witness.
What happened when they performed the ritual?
Disaster, war, and pestilence. A world brought to its knees. Now watch and see how one man's arrogance brought about the greatest threat our world has ever known.
There it is. The Dragonfire Brazier. Manamako, you certain this will work?
It will work, my liege. The Amulet of Kings will rekindle the dragon fires and ensure your rightful place as Emperor. You have my word.
It better work, Manamako, or you'll find your neck at the business end of my axe. My lord, I wonder if you'd muzzle your half-giant pet. She really is annoying.
Enough, both of you. We are here to ensure my lord's rightful claim to the Ruby Throne.
Abner, begin the ritual. I have a destiny to fulfill. By the lighting of the dragon fires, I claim my rightful lineage. By the fires of creation, let me be reborn. By the will of Akatosh, I proclaim myself Dragonborn.
Baron Aquilarius, you are no heir to Alessia. You will pay for your sacrilege. The veil between Tamriel and Oblivion tears and splits asunder.
What's happening? The sky's opening up. This is bad. This is very bad. Ah!
This isn't supposed to happen. What's the meaning of this? Mannimarco, what have you done?
Gullible fools! The veil between Oblivion and this world has been torn. My master, Moloch Bal, is free to claim Tamriel for his own.
Akatosh, forgive me! Have mercy on our souls!
The ritual tore the veil between Nan and Oblivion, allowing Mannimarco to begin stealing the souls his master needed to power the Dark Anchors and initiate the plane melt.
What went wrong?
Akatosh gave Alessia the Amulet of Kings as a symbol of his covenant with Nan. So long as the amulet remained in the care of Alessia's heirs and the dragon fires remained lit, Tamriel would be protected from the Daedra.
What happens next?
Mannimarco tricked Varen into breaking the covenant, and the veil between Oblivion and Nan was torn. The Elder Scrolls named this event the Soul Burst. It gave Moloch Bal the opportunity to disconnect the souls of Nan from their hosts.
What happened to the other companions?
Varen was lost. In the chaos of the moment, Sai Sahan took the Amulet of Kings and fled. Leris was captured by Mannimarco and delivered to Coldharbour, the realm of Moloch Bal.
What about Abner Tharn and Mannimarco?
Tharn remains Chancellor of the Elder Council, and his daughter Clibio rules as Empress Regent. But the true power remains in the hands of Mannimarco and his worm cult.
How did you end up in Coldharbour?
When I discovered the truth about the 5 companions, I made subtle inquiries, but apparently not subtle enough. Mannimarco got word of my interests and abducted me. He took me to Coldharbour, where I remained a prisoner until you freed me.
They saw you as a threat?
The truth is always a threat to evil men. Mannimarco feared I would reveal his treachery, and if knowledge of Nan's vulnerability were to become known, it could threaten his master's schemes. Moloch Bal does not favor loose ends. Walk with me.
Yeah, most powerful assholes don't like loose ends.
Long ago it was written, so long as the Amulet of Kings was borne by Alessia's heirs, Tamriel would be protected from the forces of Oblivion. But the Soul Burst tore the veil between worlds and gave Moloch Bal the opportunity he desired. Moloch Bal's dark anchors pierce the torn veil and seek to draw Nan into the depths of Coldharbour. These terrible engines of destruction have been appearing all throughout Tamriel. If the Lord of Brutality and Domination is successful, he will merge our world and his own in a terrible plane meld. Few will survive the ordeal, and those that do will be enslaved for all eternity. And so it falls to us, Vistage. We must stop Moloch Bal and his dark anchors, or our world is doomed. And now history seems to have caught up with us. Shall we return to the harborage?
Yes, I'm ready to go back.
As you say. And so it begins. The remainder of the story has yet to be written. It is your story now.
You've given me a lot to think about.
And there is so much to do. But know this, you will not walk this path alone.
So what's our next move?
We must grow in strength and in numbers. You will need more than the company of an old blind man to alter the course of history. We must assemble our own group of companions. The first you have already met.
Lyris Titanborn.
Lyris sacrificed her own freedom to allow us to escape. She remains a prisoner in Cold Harbor. I must determine her precise location if we are to mount a rescue. That will take time.
What should I do in the meantime?
Minamarco's agents leave a web of lies and deceit. They pit the races of Tamriel against one another and divert their attention from the real threat. Seek out these agents wherever they can be found and expose their lies.
I'll do what I can.
Forgive me. Bringing you into my mind seems to have taken quite a toll on me. I must rest. I will contact you when the time is right. Until then, walk in the light, Vistage. The time is now. Seek me by the cliffs outside Daggerfall.
Oh, I guess he's found her already. Okay. Remember before when I used to do these quests, it was after you finished each zone, they would give you a new quest in the Harborage. Apparently that is not the case anymore. Well, that's kind of... You can literally just do them all back to back? I don't know, we'll have to test it. You can harvest cloth plants to create light armor. Search for these plants in verdant, grassy areas. Verdant? That's a new word. I'll have to look that up. I'm assuming that's like plains regions, I would suppose. So that 40 minutes on that. Okay. Prophet!
It is good to see you again, and I do see you in my own way. You're a wound in time, a tear in reality that shouldn't exist and cannot long endure.
Why do you speak in riddles, Prophet?
Fate speaks in riddles. Your fate was written in the scrolls long ago. It is entwined with the fate of the 5 companions. I have finally located Lyris Titanborn in Cold Harbor.
Is she safe?
She works a terrible forge under the lash of the great deceiver, Molag Bal. Her soul is in great danger. You must go to her. I can manifest a gate to that dark realm, but you must go quickly.
Open the gate and I'll rescue Lyris.
Tread carefully in Molag Bal's realm. You are important. The scrolls have so named you.
What happened to Lyris after we escaped Cold Harbor?
After Lyris took my place in the Wailing Prison so that we might escape, the Daedra moved her to the Foundry of Woe. It is a place of torment and despair. She toils endlessly making weapons for the enemy.
How do you know this?
The God of Schemes invaded my mind many times during my imprisonment. It was a tortuous experience, but by forcing his way into my mind, he inadvertently opened his own thoughts to me, and thus created a chink in his own armor.
What do you mean?
We are connected, he and I. With concentration, I can see through his eyes. He feels my presence, and it fills him with rage. When you enter the foundry to recover Lyris, I can keep his attention focused on me. He will be blind to you for a time.
Isn't that dangerous?
It will be a far greater danger for you to enter Cold Harbor without this distraction. It is Moloch Baal's realm, and his power there is great. I will endeavor to distract him in this manner whenever you travel there.
Alright, off to Cold Harbor we go. The Foundry of Woe. Cold Harbor is a realm of prisons within prisons, where all the imprisoned work without cease at executing the schemes of the Lord of Domination. God, I cannot speak today.
You're alive. Are you really here, or is this another trick?
It's me. The prophet sent me to find you.
Then he's still alive. Thank the gods. But you can't stay. You have to leave before they find you here.
I'm not leaving without you.
You don't understand. They've done something to me. I can't leave.
What do you mean?
It's hard to describe. My memories, my feelings, they've been fragmented, ripped apart. And all the fragmented pieces have been locked away in different parts of the foundry.
Then we'll retrieve them.
I've tried. The Daedra took everything. My willpower, my courage, my sense of self. I'm an empty shell. And the fragments are reflections of my worst fears and most painful memories. I can't. I don't think I can face them.
We'll face them together. Come on.
I'll do my best. Lead on.
Stop whipping people.
These lost souls are barely aware of their humanity. The guards don't even beat them anymore. This can't be. It looks like my childhood home in Scar. My parents' graves. My mother died in childbirth. My father was distant. Cold. I think he blamed me for my mother's death. I ran off to become a mercenary when I was 16. I never saw my father again. He was murdered by an old enemy. Father? Papa, is that you?
Bleed, you bastard! Die like the monster you are! Your mind and soul are already...
It was surprisingly easy.
Who are you? Why does Lyris walk with you?
I'm here to help Lyris. Who are you?
In life, I was Gjaldr, father to Lyris. My spirit was torn from its rest and brought to this foul place. The Daedra forced me to experience my own murder again and again. I thought my torment would never end.
They're using you to keep Lyris shackled to Cold Harbor.
I don't understand. Lyris was always a free spirit. Why would my presence bind her here?
She blames herself for your death.
Lyris, is this true, child?
You were always so cold. So distant. My mother died giving me life. It was my fault. I should never have been born.
Lyris, look at me. The blood of giants flows through my veins. Your mother was a Nord. I gave her my seed without thought for her safety. That's why she died. Not because of you, child. Because of me.
I thought you blamed me. You couldn't even look at me, Papa.
Do you not see? When I looked at you, I saw her face. I loved her, child. Just as I love you. More than life itself. We cannot change the past. Nor should we cling to it. You must not let these feelings haunt you. Let them go. Let me go.
I love you too, Papa. Rest now. Be at peace. He's gone. Come on, let's get out of here.
With pleasure.
This place is a labyrinth of hopelessness built to compound the misery of those who labor here. Do you think this is a test of some kind? I'm not sure why the Daedra would pick this moment in my life to...
Did you get all the pieces?
Yeah, I stashed them in the footlockers all around camp. I bet the commander makes her run 50 laps this time.
50? Let's hope the beast gets a lashing.
All right, let's get back to it. Act natural.
Interesting. Those guys are just like permanently on fire. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Did you find something?
I believe this armor belongs to you.
I can't believe it. This armor is who I am. It's what I am. A warrior without her armor is like a bear without claws.
Suit up, I'll wait.
Excellent. I'm ready. It's good to be back in my armor again.
Looking good, Lyris. The Path of Toil.
Watch your step. All the mining has made these tunnels unstable.
Ow.
Abner Thorn, you traitorous bastard. I should have expected to find you here.
Don't be a fool, Titanborn. I'm trying to help you. Your hatred poisons you. Warriors are like steel. When you lose your temper, you lose your worth.
Help me. You betrayed us all, then went back to licking Manny Marco's boot before the smoke cleared.
I did what I had to do. And as a show of my good intentions, I have a gift for you. But be warned, Cold Harbor will not give it up easily.
Is that... Sure, Bones, it is. Vestige, that's my battle axe.
And there is a big little dinosaur guarding it.
It's good to have you back. Are you thirsty for Daedric blood, old friend? My axe. Ah, it feels good to have it back. It's part of me. Losing it was like losing an arm.
Why would Tharn try to help you?
I don't know. I don't trust him and I never will. But it's odd. The blind hatred I felt when I saw him... I could have strangled him with my bare hands. But now... I think he was right. That hatred was poisoning me.
How do you feel now?
Better. Stronger. Almost whole again. Isn't that strange? I feel powerful enough to take on Umaril the Unfeathered himself. I feel like a warrior again.
So what's next?
We're not done yet. We need to keep moving forward. The passage is blocked by a rock slide. But now that I have my axe back, I might be able to break through it.
Let's check it out.
Stand back. No damn pile of pebbles is gonna stop me now.
Nah, she just punched the shit out of that.
I almost feel like myself again. So many Daedric beasties, so little time. We need to keep moving.
These Ogrims kill me. They're such fat little things. Well, not little things. He's bigger than I am. But he's definitely fat. Oh, that was pretty sweet. I never caught that, the way she swung her axe when she put it away. I don't know if that's new or if that is something I just missed. I just never noticed it.
Did you hear that? It sounded like... No. It couldn't be. What's happened to you? What have they done?
Lyris. Lyris. I can see you. Are you really there?
Sai, it's me. We're seeing some kind of vision of you. Do you know where you are?
I don't know. They're torturing me. They want the Amulet of Kings. Want me to tell them where it's hidden. But I haven't broken. Not yet.
Sai, you need to hold on. We're going to find you. I'll make sure of it. We'll find you. Somehow we'll get you out of there. Sai? Sai! No! Bring him back, you bastards! That was no trick. That was Sai Sahan.
Are you going to be all right?
Sai's a friend. Maybe my best friend. We need to find him and get him out of there.
There must be a way to find out where they're keeping him.
We need to tell the Prophet about this. He'll know what to do. But first, we need to find a way out of here. I don't care what else they throw at us. Nothing is going to keep me from helping Sai.
Let's go. Oh, he got me. Thought I blocked in time. Definitely got me with that one. Knocked me flat on my back. I haven't really gotten anything of value out of all these urns and stuff, but still worth checking it for sure. Love to get
all the doubt, the fear, loneliness. It's all coming back. I have to push through this. Let's go.
Would love to get a gold motif out of one of these urns. I have never in 5 years of playing this game gotten a gold motif, so I would really, really like to get one.
It's the source of all my fears. I can hear it whispering to me, taunting me.
Damn.
Did it! The voices, the whispering. It's gone. This whole time it was like watching myself from a distance. I felt disconnected. But now, this is the best I've felt in years. Like I've been reborn. And I owe it all to you. Thank you. Let's get out of here. We need to rescue Sai. Then we've got a world to save.
Sounds good to me, Lyris. Sounds good to me. Explore different ability combinations on your ability bar, but remember, you can't change equipment or abilities while you're in combat unless you've unlocked weapon swapping. Even then, you still can't change the bar makeup. I don't know why they would say unless you've unlocked bar swapping.
Lyris, child. Are you all right?
Yes, Prophet, I'm fine. The vestige freed my mind from the Daedra's control.
Thank the Divines. Your loss would have thrown all into chaos.
They won't take me again. Not alive, at least. Prophet, Mannimarco captured Sai Sahan. He's torturing him to find out where the Amulet of Kings is hidden. We have to rescue him.
You brought Lyris back, and largely intact from the look of her.
She's been through a lot.
And she will need time to recover. One does not leave such a place unscarred.
We saw a projection of Sai Sahan. He spoke to us.
What did he say? Did Sai tell you where he is being held?
He doesn't know. Mannimarco is torturing him. He wants the Amulet of Kings.
Then we must locate him before Menimarco forces him to reveal the amulet's hiding place.
We also saw a projection of Abner Tharn. He tried to help Lyris.
Did he? I thought he had firmly aligned himself with Menimarco and his worm cult. Curiouser and curiouser.
Sai-Sahan said that Menimarco wants the Amulet of Kings. Why?
As you saw in my visions, the amulet's misuse ripped a hole in the barrier that protects Tamriel from the forces of oblivion. That damage must be undone, and the amulet is the key. But to find the amulet, we must first locate Sai-Sahan.
How can I help?
For now you must leave me to my meditation. I must set my mind to the task of locating Sai-Sahan. Until then, embrace the unknowable. The drops of water cannot know themselves to be a river, yet the river flows on.
One last thing. Why did Molag Bal leave Lyris any possibility of escape?
Perhaps it was simply arrogance. Perhaps it was all part of his grand scheme. Who can know the logic of a Daedric prince? I will call upon you again when the time is right. Farewell, Vestige.
Farewell, Prophet. Book. Chronicles of the Five Companions 1. Not going to read that. Pretty lengthy. That is pretty lengthy. I like to read the shorter ones, but that one seems like it's going to last a while. So we won't read that. Daughter of Giants.
There you are, Vestige. Come to the harborage. We must speak.
They did. That kind of ruins it a little bit. Like, they literally made it so it's back to back to back, huh? I don't like that change. It used to be there's, I believe, 5 total quests in these. And after every zone, you would get it in the new zone that you went into. But apparently they've changed that, and I don't know when they changed it, but not really a fan of that change. Basically, you can just go and do them all pretty much immediately, I suppose. That's probably why they did it, because it's the old content and they just want to rush people through it, which is sad because the old content is just as good as the new content. In some cases, the old content is actually better. Alchemy requires fresh water for potions. Look for ripples of bubbling fresh water on the shores of lakes and rivers. Water can also be found in flasks, particularly in dry places like deserts. But I guess we'll just bang these out. I mean, there's no point in not doing it. If they're going to allow us to get them all out of the way, why not? Maybe the Prophet's just working faster these days.
God, you are safe. Good fortune did not abandon us entirely.
Is something wrong, Prophet?
Despite many days of meditating and scrying, Sai-Sahan's whereabouts still elude me. The projection that you witnessed in the Foundry of Woe showed him to be in great peril. If we are to find him, I will need your help, Vestige.
What can I do to help?
Though Sai remains hidden from my sight, Lyris brings news that an agent of the enemy lurks in Daggerfall. Fear is on the lips of the people. Darkness walks among them. Even a blind man can sense it. It is the hand of Menimarco.
Menimarco. How can I help this? How can I help? How can that help us? Oh my god.
If it is truly an agent of Menimarco's worm cult, it may provide us with a clue that will hasten our search. Seek this agent, but tread carefully. The worm cult is a cult of necromancy, and the undead are fearsome opponents.
How can I find this agent?
Venture to Daggerfall. Speak to Old Maid Maxell and Husnia the mercenary. It was on their lips that Lyris first heard murmurs of trouble lurking in the shadows. Locate this agent of evil. Return with any personal effects they carry with them.
I'll find something and return. I heard something. Guess I did not. Seems like I am losing my mind. Damn cat. What we can do is open up some inventory here.
Steel and stone. You just want to gawk at that anvil, or you're gonna do something with it? Ah, if you're gonna linger, you may as well buy something.
I'd like to learn more about blacksmithing.
We put hammer to anvil to forge armor and weapons. This requires a lot of metal. We scour hills and caves looking for rare ores to work. Raw materials will only take you so far. You need style books and special ingredients for more advanced work.
I'm sure there's a lot more to learn.
You bet. A true blacksmith can read the metal to determine its potential. During the forging process, we can choose a trait that best fits the item, provided we've done our research. Additional sharpening, extra weight, these are just examples.
Is there more to it?
Well, the piece can be augmented even more through the use of tempers. These elements can enhance the value and quality of your work. Of course, no worthwhile endeavor comes without risk. Trying to improve an item can result in breaks, so be careful.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you, sir. Give me a greater repair kit. I think I'll just sell it. I have a tendency to sell everything early on because I just need the gold for one, and two, breaking stuff down of this level doesn't really do a whole lot for you, so I find the gold more useful than the early little levels that you get. These I do break down, though. These ones that have the increased inspiration. Those actually are pretty useful. Got a lot of transmute stones, too, from getting Emperorship. Alright, let's go find our agents. Agents of the Worm Cult. Actually, I don't think these guys are the agents. I think these are the witnesses. Maxell.
You're new to Daggerfall, aren't you? I know everyone in town.
Have you noticed any other strangers in the city?
I don't like to gossip, but there's been an Imperial vagrant nosing around for the past few weeks. Suspicious-looking fellow. I actually saw him picking through the trash outside the castle a few weeks ago. I've no idea where he is now.
You're obviously as observant as you are beautiful. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Oh, you're too kind. You make me blush. Come to think of it, I did see him a few days later on the south side of town. He was with another man, very thin and pale, almost sickly. Does that help?
Sure does. Thank you, ma'am. The Rosy Lion. Osnia, come here.
Who's this now? I bet you've got a wild tale or two to share.
I was hoping you'd have a tale for me about a stranger in town.
Present company excluded? Well, there was a dodgy-looking Imperial hanging out in a doorway near Southgate Alley this morning. He was eyeballing everyone who happened by. Seemed like a cut-purse looking for an easy mark, if you ask me.
I want to intimidate her. She's been pretty friendly. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Sorry, that's all I've got. I'd be willing to bet he's staying on the south side of town, though.
All right, thank you. Yeah, there was no point in intimidating her. She seemed like she was pretty straightforward. The numbers, towns, and cities. Batchel's house. Just gonna walk in some dude's house? Apparently. Makes me think of... Nothing of use in here, at least. Metamarco was expelled from the Stygic Order when Vanus Galarian discovered he was conducting forbidding experiments with necromancy. Well, that explains a lot. Ooh. Hey, level 40. Ragged style box, 1 outfit change token, and 6k gold. We'll take it. You. That guy sounds like a South Park character. I kind of wish he didn't sound like a South Park character, but he sounds like... Was it Timmy? Yeah, I think it was Timmy. the little handicapped kid from South Park. He kind of sounds like him. Fiery Grip. I would actually like to level that up, although I am working on Protective Scales right now. And we still have a little ways to go, so we will actually wait on that. Big power. Yeah, we're working on Protective Scales. I'm pretty sure I've already got... No, I don't even have Dragon Blood actually leveled up. There's some things I do need to level up. This I know I've leveled up. Those two I've leveled up. I almost want to level up Dragon Blood too. Actually do Dragon Blood. What else do we have? Let's do Earthen Heart, Petrify. I haven't even started on that really. Alright, these two have already been leveled up. Igneous Shield. Okay. Old man.
Dare you trespass here?
That's the end of Elmian. A strange request indeed. I was on my evening stroll, having a bite to eat in a back alley when I noticed that the imperial neck I feasted upon bore a golden medallion. He was eating somebody? That's nasty. I recognized the trinket at once as the sigil of the cult of Black Worm. While I considered this, I heard the dull thwack of a blunt object hitting flesh and bone, and my world went black. I awoke in a cave, bound to a chair, my head throbbing with bittersweet pain. A number of hooded cultists surrounding me, each with the unmistakable gleam of murder in his eyes. I quite liked them. One of the cultists seemed different than the others, and I recognized him as their leader almost immediately. He had a cold yet calm demeanor and seemed completely unafraid of me. He introduced himself as Abner Tharn. He was somewhat displeased that I had made my evening meal on one of his most loyal guards. Normally, he explained, I would have been discorporated for such an infraction, but he said he liked my style and my violent proclivities. Some of these words I've never used in my entire life, like proclivities. I don't think I've ever said that word. He said he saw a lot of promise in me and would like to propose a mutually beneficial agreement. If I agreed to join the Worm Cult, I could replace this agent. I would reside in a conveniently placed underground lair within the city limits, which would assure me a continued stream of meals along with a virtually unlimited supply of black soul gems. The agreement did sound promising, but just to play Daedra's advocate, I like that, I asked what my alternative might be. In answer, Tharn opened a portal to Cold Harbor right at my feet. My chair began to teeter, and the screams of the damned filled my ears. Lovely to listen to, but not something I wish to experience firsthand. Needless to say, I chose servitude. Now I, while away my days guarding this wretched cavern, while prowling the city streets after dusk, it's not a bad existence. In fact, I've even begun to take up the study of necromancy at some point. Perhaps Tharn will consent to teaching me the finer points himself. Time will tell, and I have all the time in the world, don't I? Okay.
What is the meaning of this interruption? Why have you contacted me? This is Abner Tharn. The Master and I are very busy. This had better be important. Wait a moment. I don't know your face. Identify yourself immediately.
Who, me?
Yes, your report, you insipid twit. What, did you contact me by accident?
Forgive me, my lord, but I heard something that might be of interest to you.
Well, out with it. I don't have all day. Your disguise is terrible, by the way. You look like a character from a bad adventure novel.
Hey, I like my armor, Dick. Someone has been asking the locals about a Redguard named Sai Sahan.
Are they? I didn't think that Redguard has-been had a single friend left. Not in this world, at any rate. Never fear. Sai Sahan is safely locked away. Even if they were to discover his location, attempting a rescue would be suicidal.
You know where he is?
Of course I do. But I'm not in the habit of revealing vital secrets to insipid lackeys. Now be gone. And if you contact me again without good reason, I shall contact your cell commander and have you properly thrashed for your ineptitude.
Thank you, my lord. Glenumbra, the westernmost region of High Rock, contains the city-states of Daggerfall and Camlorn, the great cemetery of Cathvadrad, and the wild areas of Hagfen, Glenumbra Moors, and the forests of Dania. Mushrooms seem to constantly grow here. I will keep plucking them. Can use it to level up alchemy later on. Reading books from bookshelves will sometimes grant you a rank in one of your skill lines. That is very true, and that is very useful, actually. Why, I smack them all. Talk to the prophets.
You've returned. What have you found?
The cultists use orbs like this one to communicate. I spoke to Abner Tharn.
Abner Tharn shows his face again. I get the sense that he might have a larger part to play in the coming events, but for good or ill, I cannot say. Leave the orb with me. I shall be able to use it to locate Sai Sahan.
Good luck.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk. I heard you and the Prophet talking about Abner Tharn.
Why do you dislike Tharn so much?
Didn't the Prophet tell you the story of the Five Companions?
He showed me a vision about them, but I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I don't know where to start. There's so much to tell.
Tell me about the Five Companions.
We were chosen by Emperor Varen to join him on a quest to recover a lost artifact called the Amulet of Kings. The five included Varen, myself, a Red Guard named Sai Sahan, Abner Tharn, and the traitor Manamarco.
Tell me more about Manamarco.
You only know him as the man who killed you and stole your soul. But back then, he was Emperor Varen's most trusted advisor. It was Manamarco who convinced Varen to search for the Amulet of Kings.
Why would Varen need the amulet?
Varen wasn't a true Dragonborn Emperor. He didn't share Alessia's bloodline. Manamarco said the amulet could change all that. He said he could use it to perform a ritual that would turn Varen into a true Dragonborn.
What happened next?
It took us more than 2 years, but we finally recovered the amulet and returned to Cyrodiil to perform the ritual. Manamarco set us up. The ritual caused a violent explosion of magical energy. We lost Varen. Sai Sahan and I were declared outlaws.
What then?
Manamarco convinced the Elder Council to recognize Abner Tharn's daughter Clivia as Empress Regent. But Manamarco was the true power behind the throne. Sai Sahan and I went into hiding. There was a bounty on our heads.
Tell me more about Abner Tharn.
Abner Tharn is Grand Chancellor of the Elder Council and Chief Advisor to his daughter, the Empress Regent. He is also Manamarco's toady.
Tharn didn't seem too happy working for the Worm Cult.
Tharn's first loyalty is to his family and the Empire, and he's a ruthless bastard when it comes to defending them. The Worm Cult obviously doesn't share those loyalties. Tharn would never trust them, but he's too much of a coward to betray them.
What if he got something out of it?
Maybe. but what could we offer him? He's already got more gold than the gods themselves.
Heard enough for now.
I know it's a lot to take in. We'll talk more later. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on the Prophet. Hopefully that orb will help him find out where Sai Sahan is being held. Once we know that, we can plan our next move.
Sounds good to me, Lyris. Alright, I think I'm going to kick this video off here. I do appreciate everybody that has been watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell here on YouTube. It would be greatly appreciated. Have a good one, everybody.